Content is the backbone for social media growth, and if your content isn't on point, you're going to struggle to not only grow your pages, but also to generate sales consistently on the platforms that you're publishing on. In this video, I'm going to be giving you 5 hacks for 2022 that you can implement straight away to your personal brand or your business brand to get ahead and start growing on social media to generate more sales. So what are some of the big pain points that I see with clients? Number 1, being unorganized, not being consistent, and not getting content out there on a consistent basis. Without that consistency, all of a sudden, nobody knows what the actual strategy is. So your team don't know when to post things, you don't know when to post things. And one of the big side effects of that is that all of a sudden, 1 day goes by, 2 days go by, 3 days go by, you haven't posted in an entire week, and it's like you're starting from scratch all over again. Another side effect, people see it as the first impression for your business. So now all of a sudden, when they look at your page, when they see it for the first time, you might be running ads, so they check your page out to see, a little bit more about what you guys are about. And then all of a sudden you have that first impression. And if it isn't on point, if it isn't straight, wow, this is somebody or some business that I want to buy products or services from, you lose so much traffic. And what could you do with that traffic? You can send it to your website, they could make purchases, and they could become long-term customers. And the third pain point that I just want to touch on is that when you don't have great content published on your page consistently, all of a sudden now, the business world relies on your social media pages to stay up to date on what you're doing, what products you've got, what services you've got, and everything else in between. And when they go to check out your activity, if you don't have an active social media page with good, high quality content, they're going to think you're an inactive business. They're going to think that you're not actually trading. So here's the first hack that I want to give you. I want you to start with the strategy. This is our exact process. So start with something called an empathy map. This is to help you actually figure out who your customers are and who you're trying to talk to through your social media strategy. Now with an empathy map, you can put all the pain points and all the gain points for your potential customers so that you can actually start finding out and brainstorming what are the best tactics and kind of language to use when publishing your content. And when you build that, it's going to become the backbone of your entire strategy, because everything now is centered around the people that you're trying to target for your business through social media. The second content hack that I want to give you guys is use the tools that you have. Now, when you're watching this, you might be watching it on a smartphone right now. And most people don't realize that in your smartphone, the factory settings that you're using might not be using the best abilities of the technology you have. For example, go into your settings, go to your camera settings and check what is the highest resolution and the highest frame rate that you can actually use on your mobile device to start shooting content. If you look at platforms like TikTok, it isn't about being, the most produced and the most over kind of complicated content being published on the platform. It's much more raw. Instagram, on the other hand, that's kind of become a platform with filters and trying to make things as aesthetically pleasing as possible. But on the other hand, TikTok, it's raw. It's open, it's open season in terms of the quality of content you can put on there. So don't feel like, whatever your technology is, as long as you can produce content with the highest settings on your camera using your mobile device to start with, you can produce super high quality content. And whatever your ability is, use what you have. Don't go about the way of saying, oh, I don't have the best cameras, I don't have the best lighting. All of that stuff will help in the long term, but to get started, all you need is the mobile device that you probably already have. Number 3, let's talk about platforms. Where can you upload content, and what are the best platforms that we're seeing results from right now? Well, you're here on this video on YouTube. So right here is a great place to start. Now, YouTube is longer format content. It's not quick, sharp, straight to the point. It's more about education. It's more about showcasing. You could do day in the life. You could showcase your products. You could showcase how they work. Instagram is, of course, much more condensed. You've got Instagram Reels right now, which are doing incredibly well for getting lots of views and gaining new impressions to your brand. And of course, TikTok is the last but not least that we're now seeing huge results for. Those 3 platforms are the 3 platforms that I want you to focus on, but I also want you to think about the difference between the platforms. On YouTube, you can go much more in depth with your content. You can speak and get much deeper on the topics that you're trying to kind of showcase if you're doing face to camera stuff like I am right now, education content. On the other hand, you can showcase your products, you can showcase how things work, you can showcase your office environment and kind of do day in the life stuff with your brand. Switching over to Instagram, of course, it's more product centric, it's more brand centric. So images, videos, reels, those are the areas to focus on Instagram. And TikTok is even shorter, guys. So attention spans on TikTok are very, very low. You want to be focusing your content on TikTok at being a maximum of 15 to 20 seconds long in videos. And you also want to pay attention to trends, especially on TikTok. It's one of the most favorable platforms right now, which is why I've started paying lots of attention to it. I've got a TikTok coach who I'm working with, who is doing 80% of their revenue for their e-commerce brand through their TikTok organic videos. That's how powerful it is. And they're doing upwards of 5 figures, multi-5 figures per month in sales. This is something that you can do for your own business, your own brand. Keep it short, 15 to 20 seconds, pay attention to trends, and just build the habit of being able to upload content consistently on those 3 platforms, and you're going to start seeing much bigger results. Number 4 is all about content themes, guys. So it's about diversifying your content. Now, I've touched on it already in this video, but I want to go a little bit deeper for you. Number 1, in terms of content themes, think about education, educating about your products, your brand, your history, what you've done and what you're doing right now. Number 2, you can look at entertaining content, right? So you might want to start a podcast, you might want to start kind of showcasing and documenting some of the fun things about your brand, fun things about your products and services. Number 3, user-generated content, guys. If you're a business or brand, start focusing on the users of whatever the service or product is that you sell. So if you've got a product, ask your customers to review that product, ask them to showcase it, tag you on social media, so you can build a library and start reposting that as a content theme in your library of content as well. And another content theme that you can do is inspirational content, right? So telling the story of the business growth, telling the story of your own personal brand growth, wherever you're starting from. You know, it might be from when you were working a job, if you're an entrepreneur, and now, you know, you're 2 years into your business. There's a whole story that you can talk about and that you can grow from. And that is amazing content for inspiring people and getting their buy-in to your brand, which is essentially what you want. You want people to be attracted to your brand, and through those individual content themes, it will help you not only stay relevant and stay engaged with your audience, but it'll also start triggering better, higher quality interactions with them as well. Hack number 5, guys, is all about the technology you're using. Again, gone are the days where you need a media degree or you need a laptop and loads of technical kind of Final Cut Pro skills or Premiere Pro skills. I want to introduce you guys to an incredible app when it comes to getting content done fast on your mobile device, and realistically in half or even less time than it would for uploading those files and then having to edit them and bring them back to your mobile device to upload onto the platforms. And that app, guys, is called CapCut. You should see it on the screen right now. CapCut is incredible for everything you need for your social media distribution, whether it's changing the dimensions of a video so that it fits the TikTok, platform, or it fits the YouTube platform. Whatever the dimensions are that you're trying to create, CapCut can help you do that very, very quickly. But the second thing, which is super powerful and amazing content kind of addition to your content, is the auto captions feature. The auto captions feature allows you to, within 5 to 10 seconds of pressing the button, have captions showing on your videos, so that if somebody's watching your videos on mute, or if they're not able to hear the audio because of whatever reason, they can still follow along with everything that's happening in the video, whether it's you face the camera or your voice over on the content of you showing your products, your services, whatever it is. That can be done super, super quick and super efficiently. CapCut is the 5th content hack for 2022 that I need you guys to start leveraging and start using, just like I am in my business right now. Now, the last thing I want to tell you guys about is make sure you are using scheduling software for the platforms that allow you to post on an automated basis. One of the ones that we've used that's been a pillar for many, many years is Hootsuite. Although many of the things that you want to upload and schedule can't be done, such as Instagram stories. So you will be able to schedule some of your posts, but I don't want you guys to be kind of distracted by not being able to schedule everything on your social media. Look, social media is about staying relevant. It's about watching the trends, what's working, and also seeing what types of content are being engaged with the most. There's only one way to do that, guys, and that's by being on the platforms yourself. Now, don't become super unproductive, because I've seen so many people spend too much time on social media and they lose productivity, goes straight out the window. It's a myth, it's gone. They're not doing anything productive other than scrolling and researching the trends and what's going on social media. But what I will invite you to do is spend 10 to 15 minutes a day, if you can, in your schedule, just having a look at other people's content. And there's a great saying that I heard from somebody called Alex Hormozy, who's huge on all of these platforms right now. He's doing amazing work and he's given a lot of value. And he says to match and then surpass whoever your competitors are. So if you see a competitor doing amazing stuff, don't be afraid to replicate and build that content again in your own way and try and do it better, okay? And once you've done that enough times, you're going to start seeing some results. Then look at how you can build on that and take it to a new level so that you're inspiring and you're creating new ideas yourself. That you can only do by being on social media and seeing what's working. Not as, you know, a mindless scroller on the platforms, but more so as somebody who's researching what's working, what's not working, so they can apply it to their brand. So guys, if you need any kind of examples of how I'm doing this in my own brand, I want to invite you guys to check out my Instagram page, where I do a lot of content. Also check out my TikTok, which I'm now starting to grow and paying a lot more attention and focusing on growing that platform, simply because the algorithm right now is very, very favorable for organic content. You can have no followers, a very small following, and get huge views on your videos if they get picked up by the TikTok algorithm. So check out my pages for examples of how I'm doing it. And again, if you are similar to myself, if you're an agency owner or a marketer, feel free, match it and then surpass it. Do it in your own way. Do the content we do it better. Tag me in anything that you put out and you've taken some inspiration from. I'd love to see you guys implementing this stuff on your own social media channels straight away. And finally, I've got the blueprint for you. If you're looking at growing an agency, if you're looking at growing your social media business, this is something that I want to gift to you absolutely free. It's the blueprint and it's called the First 365. It's 100% free, so there's no shipping. We'll cover the shipping, get you the information in your hand so you can start growing your business and also avoid all the pitfalls that I made in the first 365 days of growing my company. The link will be just underneath this video. Check it out and get yourself a free copy.